course, across all the front pages this morning, it's royal news, isn't it? Calls for Prince Andrew to excuse himself from this year's royal Christmas celebrations over his links with an alleged Chinese spy. Well, royal editor Russell Myers, who thought he might be winding down for Christmas, is now winding right back up.
I was about to say, when is it not royal news?
When is it? It's been a year for the royals,
time.
hasn't it? In all sorts of different ways. But this sort of came out of the blue to most people who were like, what?
Yeah, it did.
Explain. I mean, and of course, the impact that this is going to have on Christmas celebrations in the royal household. What's going on?
Well, not only the royal household, but sort of the tentacles of this alleged Chinese spy really reach into the heart of government as well. There's been allegations that he was able to not only get into Buckingham Palace on the invitation of Prince Andrew, St James's House, Windsor Castle, but also be associating with former prime ministers and senior MPs. So I think this story is going to run and run. And it came out about last week because this individual, and we don't know his identity, he's known as H6. There are still restrictions on naming him, which, incidentally, MPs might use parliamentary privilege to name him. So I do think, you know, sometime during this week, we may know the identity. And interesting that MPs are saying we should know the identity of this person, because if he was able to be an advisor and a senior trusted advisor to the Duke of York, and what other people was he meeting within the heart of government? So the issue with the King and the rest of the royal family is this is further embarrassment that the Duke of York has brought onto the royal family. So should he step away from proceedings at Christmas? I mean, it's been, as you said, what a time for the royal family. Both the King and the Princess of Wales undergoing cancer treatment at the same time this year. It's been a very stop-start issue for them in terms of getting back to royal duties, and it's all about, you know, a family affair this Christmas. And
he's the King's brother, though. I mean,
it's like,
you know, on a very different level. All families have to think, you know, gosh, we've got to be in the same room as people
we have to have them over for Christmas.
But I mean, this is on a completely different level of dysfunction. I would say, you know, a strong word, but I would use it.
Well, some of the courtiers I've spoken to are saying that wouldn't it be great if he did the right thing by stepping aside. But we've, you know, had this long-running saga about him stepping out of his 30-room mansion Royal Lodge, whether he's going to vacate that property. His finances are shrouded in mystery. I mean, Prince Andrew has said that he ceased all contact with this alleged Chinese spy whenever the issues were raised to him. But we've been here before, haven't we, with allegations surrounding his alleged impropriety, shall we say? Yeah.
Right. Other stories around for the royals. A bigger Christmas than normal.
Yes, I mean, huge Christmas. We had Prince William saying that he wasn't ready for Christmas when he was at visiting Barracks last week. 45, he said, were going to be around the dinner table. I mean, that's an awfully big dinner table.
They won't be cooking it themselves, though, so I'm thinking it's not very stressful.
Nobody will be slaving in the kitchen.
You can invite whoever you want,
from the royal
then.
family, I imagine. But it is going to be a big Christmas, and I think, you know, the centre point is about family with the King and the Princess of Wales being together this year.
Yeah,
what a year
that's
it
lovely.
has been for them.
Yeah, it is a time for getting together, especially in hardship, isn't it? At the end of a hard year.
Exactly.
And what kind of games do they play, do you think? I mean, I remember seeing in The Crown, everyone was like, what are these games that they play in the royal family?
Well, they don't do ball games, I can tell you that. They revert to sort of the parlour games, you know, the charades, what do we say?
Tomato, whatever you like.
But, yeah, it's all about, again, having fun. Christmas Eve, they use this sort of Germanic traditions, of course, from their heritage coming from Germany. They have a black tie event. They swap a few joke Christmas presents. I think the Princess Anne brought the King a fake cushioned toilet seat one year, because there was a rumour going around that he only took his own toilet seat around with him when he travelled. Kate bought Harry a grow-your-own-girlfriend kit one year. It's all a bit of fun, of course. But the kids will sit at one table, adults at the other. Obviously, go to church on Christmas Day. Then they have all the turkey and the trimmings, like a lot of us throughout the country. And no TV. They will be playing games.
TV is banned apart
from the King's speech. And they will be taking 10 minutes to watch that, like my good self.
Lovely.
Well.
When we were at the at Kate's Christmas Carol concert, which is actually at Westminster Abbey, which is going to be on ITV, I think, on Christmas Eve.
It is,
actually.
7:30 Christmas
I was
Eve.
sat opposite Hannah Waddingham.
Oh, yeah.
And I now realise why she was there, because she's been working with Prince William.
She has. She's a great supporter of his Earthshot Prize environmental project. They teamed up at the Alexandra Palace.
The
To the future king, welcome to my palace. This was all in aid of Prince William's new documentary that aired last night on the BBC.
What was this about them playing darts?
So,
seems so unlike them.
But it was actually a good little skit, actually, because Prince William says he was a bit of a darts player during his youth. I'm not too sure how good he was, because he misses the dartboard on one of the occasions. But it was all about sort of a relaxed chat.
Nice.
William saying that he wants to do this to sort of talk about the environment, but in sort of a less abrasive and preachy way.
Yeah, and the preachy bit is interesting, right? We haven't got long left, but did he make a bit of a sly dig at Harry, preaching about environmental
some
issues?
people are saying. Listen, Harry and Meghan were sort of labelled as hypocrites, weren't they, when they were travelling around the world on private jets and then preaching on the environment. I think they went to St John's mansion in the south of France. They went to a Katy Perry concert as well. Sometimes damned if they do, damned if they don't, aren't they? But I think what William's been doing with the Earthshot Prize project. I was in Cape Town with him just a few weeks ago. It's a fantastic achievement. It's going to be, a global project for a decade, opening up the conversation of what we can do. And he said doesn't want to preach, wants to talk about the solutions for the environment.
Yes,
rather than
I think he's aware, isn't he? I mean, with anything he does, with the homelessness thing, with those that he gets criticised by other people going, well, what do you know?
What do you know?
And also, you're a hypocrite. He
exactly.
gets that a lot.
In your castles and your palaces, but using one's platform to do sort of the good for these two other big
And
projects.
in a way, it seems like he has the foresight to preempt that kind of criticism in a way that Harry and Meghan never did.
Exactly. Rather than get it out, talk about it, and then it's much better.
Interesting. Super stuff. Thank you so much, Russell.